now you started to earn money, right? Through that, you went through that self-discovery process, and that empowered you to develop yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You literally went out there to work. You understand? You started teaching first,
Mm-hmm.
and then you started learning how to develop website and other money. And you didn't just work. You didn't just stop with like working for school and settled with that pay, right? To speak to your ambition and drive, you took on extramural classes to earn more money, and then you even moved on. You saw that because you're interacting with the internet, and you saw that people are building website and doing all
Yeah.
of these things online. You literally taught yourself how to develop, how to like build websites,
Yeah.
and that started earning money for you as well.
No.
So
That did not start
it
anybody
didn't
for
start any
me.
money for you.
No.
So how did that? Why did you learn to build websites?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what spurred you on to want to learn how to build website? Was it because of your whole vlogging experience and experience with the the World Wide Web,
Mm-hmm.
that made you want to just learn tools and just be proficient on that?
So while I was blogging, there was a need to build my own website.
Okay.
So I watched a lot of YouTube and I built my website. Not because I wanted to make money as a website builder. I just saw that, oh, okay, after I put my things on social media, I need to have my own platform that I can direct people to. So I needed a website. So I built a website on WordPress and it was YouTube that helped me. But then the website was not making money. I was seeing other people make money online, but I was not making money. So I thought to myself, how can I monetize my writing? So I started
Interesting.
learning. I started looking at what other people were doing and how they were doing it. And then they said it's Google AdSense. So if you have a website, you can do Google AdSense on your website and Google will start paying you based off the ads that are showing on your website. So I said, okay, let me build my website, do the Google AdSense so that Google can start paying me as I'm writing. And then I went on Facebook one day and I was like, I joined Facebook communities and I was like, please, can somebody show me how to do Google AdSense on my website? And then one guy volunteered. See, I'm really grateful to the people that I've met across my journey. A lot of times people say that they are self-made. I'm not self-made. I've been God and man-made. Everything that you see about me today is people who decided to pour in me. Sometimes I just have people that want to show me favor. I just have people that want to help me. People that I know that majority of the time, sometimes I feel like, oh, only people used to collect for me. People used to collect for me. Like literally physical cash. I used to give to people. People used to collect for me. But maybe as I'm talking to you now, maybe it just dawned on me that the way people give to me might not be monetary, but people literally give to me that are intangible, like their time, their knowledge, their resources. People have poured in me. So I met that guy on Facebook. I don't know him from nowhere. And he just said, oh, I'm going to show you how to install Google AdSense. I said, oh, thank you. And then he started teaching me. We did the Google AdSense thing. And then from there, he started teaching me digital marketing. I saw that he was a marketer. This friend would literally stay up with me till like 4 a.m., 5 a.m.,
Wow.
teaching me, no jokes. This boy taught me for few months, like from I think September or from like maybe the last quarter of 2019 into 2020. And in 2020, he was still teaching me. So Alex started teaching me and he started teaching me marketing. So it was from Google AdSense. Then he started teaching me marketing, started teaching social media marketing, started showing me how like the internet works, what gets people to buy, what gets people to listen to you. And then I started doing my own studies as well. So he recommend YouTube channels for me to watch. So I'm watching YouTube channels. And then so what then happened was that because of the knowledge that he has shared with me and the exposure that I've then received, I started seeing patterns. I started seeing how people in my environment were just oblivious. I started seeing how they just didn't know what to do. That's why they were failing. I was not making money before. So it's because I didn't know what to do. So I started saying that the church that people were going to and claiming that, oh, it's one spiritual this, one this, and one that, it's just ignorance. Because I come from a state where if anything is happening in your business that is going wrong, the first thing that people associate that with is the fact that it's their family juju. It's one person, it's one witch, it's one that. So people didn't really take accountability for their actions. They didn't really see it as, oh, it's their problem. They needed to fix something in their business. And then I had an aunt that she started a business and she shut all three business in 1 year. And I saw how the reason why she was failing in her business because she didn't know how to monetize. She didn't know how to get customers. She opened a store. She said nobody was coming. In 2 weeks, she closed it down. And then she was a hairdresser. And then she went to do something else with her life that was not relating to her skill. So that pattern was there. And because I was not able to now turn my own skill to money, I knew that I could help other people. And with the help of my friend and then plenty courses that are taken, 2020 when I went for my youth service, I said I was gonna start my own thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting pivot. So you
Yeah.
went from just deciding to take charge of your life to teaching, and for the need of exposing your writing to more people, you discovered how to build a website to share your creativity, and that led you to wanting to get more people to wanting to monetize that because you
Yeah.
saw that you can earn from that, right?
Yeah.
And you realized that you needed certain skills, and you met this guy online who introduced you to digital
Yeah.
marketing, and it just from there, I guess it just like it was a light bulb
It
moment for
was a
you,
light
right?
bulb moment.
Okay. So at this point, did you start making money with digital marketing?
So the first money I made, not really, it wasn't really so much of a big deal. It was 5,000 naira. Somebody paid me to write on their website. That was the first money I made, but it wasn't so much of a big deal. But the first real money I made off my social media and marketing skill was when I went to Kebbi State for my youth service. That's a remote village, right? You can literally say that that's one of the least place you expect somebody to pay me for
Sorry,
marketing.
sorry. We're going to cut this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want I want because this is a very critical point,
Yeah.
right? That first money you made, the first time you earned from social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was it? How did you meet this person and they got to pay you and everything? Because I'm pretty sure it was when you earned your first money that you just realized, oh, whoa,
I can make money.
I can make money from this and this can get bigger,
Yeah.
right? So how did that play out for you?
I think it was Alex that introduced me to somebody. It was a friend. I think it was his friend. He was building a website, and Alex was like, "Oh, I don't really know how I met that person. Maybe it was Alex. Maybe the guy found me or something." I was like, he needed somebody to write content for their website. And then I'm a writer, so I wrote the content for the website. I was happy. It was 5,000 naira, but it was good. I was
Okay.
happy. I didn't really see it as anything significant, but I just knew that somebody can pay me 5,000 and somebody can actually pay me more. And I knew that I could earn more because I've already seen people earning more. So there was already that consciousness that this thing can make you money. You just need to figure it out. There was that consciousness already.
Okay, just tell us how you moved on from there. You went to youth service
Yes. So I think it's your
2019,
time
right?
to play. Yeah. 2019, I went for youth service, Kebbi State. And they were paying us 33K. So I was one of the sets that received 33K. Very, very happy that they were paying
Before
us.
that it was 19.
Yeah, it was 19.5.
Okay.
But then they started paying us 33K, and I was like, part of the set I was doing 33K. COVID happened. But while I was like doing my service, still teaching in the school that they assigned me to, I was still like blogging and doing my social media thing. Then I used to do a lot of Facebook. So I would go on Facebook Live. I'm talking, teaching people marketing, telling people that how to know their target audience, how to make money. Like I was teaching all of
Wow.
those things. Yeah. And then COVID happened. When COVID happened, I knew that I had to find a way for myself. Like I need to like push because now I have more time. I need to push. I need to find a way to get this thing out there. And Kebbi was not on total lockdown. So what I did was every time that I am going around Kebbi, that I'm just like maybe coming from my CDS or I'm going for my clearance or anything, I'm just looking around the city, like trying to like see businesses around the city that I can literally go to. So I prepared a proposal. I took my proposal and I was going around the city, like submitting my proposal to businesses. And then one guy said, "Okay, come in, let's have a conversation." He had a fashion house. I come in, let's have a conversation. I sold my services to him and he agreed, paid me 20,000 naira. That was when I knew that this
You
is
hit the
it.
jackpot.
I called my mom. I was shouting, "Mommy, remember that thing that you were telling me? You were shouting at me." Because my mother would shout and shout and shout. "You dey press phone, money tonight, nothing they come aside. What are you doing?" I'm like, "Mommy, they pay me to press phone." I called my mom. My mom was happy. And then I started working for the guy. He was paying me 20K. From there, I got another supermarket that
What did you do for him?
marketing, social media.
Social
So
media.
yeah,
Okay.
I was creating content for his social media page, posting online. I was engaging. I was running ads. I think I Wuvu came up with more idea. Wuvu planned on doing a fashion show, but we didn't do it. And then I told him how to expand his business. I was like, "You're already making clothes. You need to start selling materials because people are coming here and people like they need more materials. If you sell the materials and make the clothes, that will make you more money." And that guy literally expanded, and
Wow.
he started like we wanted to launch like a fashion thing, but we didn't end up doing that. And then I got a supermarket that was paying me 40,000 naira in Kebbi State. So I was a big girl in
You're on
NYSC.
a
I was
roll.
nobody's mate. I was nobody's mate. I was a big girl in NYSC, yeah, because I was making all of that money. And then I started having like other clients. Even in NYC, I had one network marketer that was my client. I was making money from there. I had people that would call me for gigs. So money was coming in for me, and literally that's how I started monetizing my entire knowledge.
Wow. You just interesting how you just naturally eased into this entrepreneurship
Yeah.
role, right? It's like
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have to think about job. Well, you did take a job initially when you got out of school, but after then it was you literally
Just
that
this is
urge
it.
to just learn, you understand, and just improve on yourself,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is very interesting because I'll take it back now to your self discovery, right?
Yeah.
Because that's really where it started from,
Yeah.
right? That's where you just had this urge to just like better yourself and knowing that you can literally do everything
Yeah.
and you can be whatever you want to be, you just did not stop, right?
Yeah.
I needed to do this. How do I get to do it? And you did it and you did it and you did it and you just stumbled upon marketing. Unlike when someone will say, okay, what's the skill that will pay me right now? You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Let me go learn marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good because you enjoyed it
Mm-hmm.
and you literally went to the gutters, right?
Yeah.
You literally went out there. You did it for yourself first. You went out there, you recognized the pattern, went out there, and sold yourself and did it not because of the money first. You just want to do
Yeah.
more. The part where you said you were teaching
Yeah.
on Facebook Live how to
Mm-hmm.
do this, that's really amazing. You understand? To just want to share your knowledge.
Yeah.
Um, Interesting, very impressive, I must
Thank
say.
you.
Okay, so that was how many years ago?
That was 2020, so like 5 years ago.
That's 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So how's the journey been from that? So you went your 20K, 40K. I only imagine that it went up from there,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because at
Mm-hmm.
this point now
Mm-hmm.
you're in the game,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what did you do, and how did that translate into you now running your own digital marketing agency, right? Pine Media. How did that all come about from that point?
So if there's one thing you must have noticed, and you've even said it, is that I always go for more. So when I was in NYC, I paid for my first ever course. 5,000 naira. It was a big deal to me, oh, but I paid for it. Because I kept on telling myself if I wanted people to pay for my own thing, then I should be able to invest in other people's thing. I paid for my first training in NYC. And the guy like exposed me and opened my mind to so many things. I think one of the things that did for me was also like build my confidence, build my mindset, and all of this to be able to charge for the services and the offer that I have. Another thing I also want to touch on, you said about me enjoying what I'm doing, not even thinking, okay, where can I make money first before I go ahead to start
Yeah.
looking for a skill. And that's one problem with Nigerians. And that's why a lot of Nigerians are gullible. So when you see people come on the internet and say, oh, I'm going to teach you how to make money, you see a lot of Nigeria rush to that person. And that's foolishness. I know I'm not answering your question yet, but I really want to touch on this because it's extremely important. When I started my journey, I didn't focus on the money. I focused on me. I focused on my skill. I focused on who I can become. I didn't think, oh, what can I do to make money now? I was not desperate. Even though I know I needed to come out of the situation that I was in, I did not go into it with desperation, like, oh, where's the next money? Remember, I said I went to teach. There was nothing connecting teaching and what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So I had to look for something to solve my hunger issue. And that's the mistake a lot of Nigerians make. They don't solve their hunger issue. That's why they're desperate. And that's why they fall for gullible people that are on the internet teaching them, oh, I'm going to show, as a newbie, I'm going to teach you how to make 2 million naira, 3 million naira in 3 months. That's foolishness. Pure foolishness. And that's why whenever I see people who create those kind of content, they always come in online and say, oh, I'm going to teach you how to make money online. I don't pay attention to those people. Do you know why? Because telling people you're going to show them how to make money is clickbait. I don't do clickbait. And that's why people that follow me, if you come to me and say, oh, Blessing, how can I make money? Like, people don't even come to me for that. I feel like when you come to me, you should be thinking, how can I develop myself? How can I become better? Because your ability to make money is so much dependent on who you are. So if there is nothing to give, where is the money going to come from? So that's why I always tell people, see, find a skill, learn a skill. And it's not so much about what is trending. It's not about what is trending. It's about, see, you can charge $1 million, dollars for anything that you have. It's your ability to know the worth of that thing and put value to it. My least service is $1 million. I don't work with people that can't pay me millions. Why? Because it's a waste of my time. Because you need to understand the value that I'm bringing to the table. And I show you the value because I've actually delivered the value for other people. So I'm able to get to this stage where I'm charging this much because I've gone through the process. So I did not start out by saying, oh, how can I make money? No. I didn't start out like that. Even when I started my agency, it was because I saw that there was a problem in my society. The people are associating their brokenness and their poverty to spiritual problem when it was just a case of pure ignorance. So this is to all the youths and all the young people that want to, you hear me talk now, like, oh, I like this woman, I want to be like Blessing. See, you have to do the hard work. You have to do the hard work. You have to grind. People that are telling you that as you're just starting your journey, you can make millions, they are liars. Nobody starts their journey and make millions. There was one girl that was talking about this and she was talking about, oh, if you get a mentor, your mentor can fast track and push track and whatever track you so that you can start making the millions. See, one thing I tell people, it's not about making the money. You can make the money, you can lose it. But it's who you become in the process that can handle wealth. A lot of people think that if they earn 1 million, 2 million, they are millionaires. You are foolish. You're not a millionaire by any 1 millionaire, 2 millionaire. That does not make you a millionaire. It's one thing to have money, it's another thing to keep that money, and it's another thing to multiply that money. Nigerians are just so focused on, let me get money, let me get money. That's not what they should be focused on. It's about building yourself, being that foundation that if money comes, you literally know how to grow that money and increase that money. And you cannot skip the process. This is why you should not rush to any new skill that anybody is teaching online, any new thing that they are training at you. Okay, how to make 10 million naira in X number of days. You see them, they have rushed there. Desperation. I'm not a desperate person. I'm a very strategic person and I understand the place of time in my life. If you see everything that has happened to me, it's all time. Time, chance, luck, people, personal development that has gone into molding me and shaping me to the person that I am. If you hear me talk, you will know that there's substance to this person. This person is not just talking. There's substance to this person. Why? I have gone through the process. And it's that process and that journey that I'm sharing today. So if I was the kind of person that I'm always rushing my life, I will more see, as I just finished school, let me figure it all out. Let me make a lot of money. I don't even know what I'll be doing with my life. I'll probably have a lot of money and lose it. And you just find, see, one thing that you will notice, a lot of people that are shouting, sharpening their mouths that they're making millions now today in this world. Let's watch for the next years to come. You'll see. Most of them don't know how to manage their money. They will lose it. They'll spend it on things that are crazy, that are not supposed to spend that money on, and they will literally be starting their life again. And if they are not strong people mentally, emotionally, I don't know if they can build back up. But let's piggyback to.
Okay.
I
You
just
got
had to.
really passionate just now when
Yes,
you're talking about that.
because it's a pandemic. It's a pandemic. The content that goes viral today are content about making money online. When you tell people, come and learn a skill, I will teach you how to maybe be a social media manager. I will teach you marketing, or I'll teach you coding, or I'll teach you all of those skills. The next question they will ask you is, when you teach me, will you connect me to jobs? That's the next question. Or when you teach me, when will I start making money? That's the next thing. They don't focus on who they are, what they can become, the value that they can have. They start focusing on how much am I going to be making from this one? Food, hunger. See, if you cannot solve your hunger issue, you will settle. You will settle for less, not even relating to work now. You will, even down to like people you will meet, you will settle for less if you cannot solve your hunger issue. If you are a desperate person, if all you think about is money, 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 money is important. I don't remove money. Me, I like money. I don't remove money. But if you are a desperate person that all you're thinking about is now, what I can eat now, what I can do now, you don't think about tomorrow, Anything people throw your way, you will accept it because you've gotten so used to what I can get. And that's the mistake a lot of. I'm very, very passionate about this topic, probably
I
because
can see that.
I've seen people dupe people. I've seen people just waste their lives. I've seen people waste their lives. People no longer want to think about who they want to become. They just want to do what can get them the cash right now. And that's not it. That's not how to build wealth. That's not how to grow as a human. That's literally not the pathway. The pathway is finding a problem or what you are good at or learning a skill and then using that skill to solve a problem in society. That is how you build this wealth. Or finding an opportunity. So it doesn't really have to be a problem that you see in society. It could also be an opportunity that you've seen. You've seen that, okay, this thing, a lot of people are saying that this thing is good and all of those things. I have the skill. I can use this skill to solve that problem, or I can tap into this opportunity. But one thing I've always noticed is that in the early stage, it is always a need. In the early stage, is always a problem that you've seen in society that you are solving. Is as you keep growing, as you've grown in your career, the next thing that you are thinking about is now opportunities. How to take the wealth that you have made from that problem that you are solving and spreading it across different portfolios so that you can make more money. But in the early stage, it is usually need. It is usually problem that you have seen in society. That's when you tap into it. Now I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
You see this
Preach.
part of Blessing Watson. Okay. So now the question is how I was able to go for more. I was able to transition into getting my own agency. When I left NYSC, I told myself that I want to earn in dollars. That was one thing I told myself. And I prayed to God and I was like, I want to earn in dollars. I want to work with foreign clients.
That's quite ambitious.
Yes.
I like that.
I'm very ambitious and daring. And then I had to do what I had to do. So I went on Facebook. There are Facebook communities. I will share my knowledge there. I will reach out to people. So I started learning how the foreign industry works.
Okay.
I started knowing how these people were doing their things. And I started getting foreign gigs. In January, I got my first international gig.
Is it 2020?
2021, after
2021.
NYSC.
Okay.
2021, I got my first international gig. The woman paid me about $150. So I was supposed to do a social media and just a social media. But then as I was doing a social media, I saw that she needed a rebrand. So I did a logo for her. I did so many things for her. She was quite happy. I got another client again, about $200. So then I was making like $350 in a month. I was making good money. And then I was like, I need experience. And this, I think, one of the things that happened to me a lot of time. There's always that need for, there's something better out there. There's something more I should be doing. Like, it wasn't enough. So I needed more experience. I saw this digital agency in Delta State. I was like, okay, let me go and apply and join this digital agency. I applied, I joined them, and I started working there. The man said, I think I started working in a digital agency before I ever got those clients. I can't really remember. Maybe I started the digital agency almost immediately. Then I started getting those foreign gigs. Yeah. Because I just left NYC and I needed something to do. The man said, if I'm able to close 10 clients the first month, that I'm going to get like a raise, a commission, and stuff like that. That was my first time doing sales. I got into the agency. I closed my first 10 clients the first month that I got into the agency. I got paid my commission and everything. And then I had other colleagues. So what we were doing is that we'll call clients, we close them, we set up their funnels, we would run ads for them. So majority of the clients that we're working with were network marketers. So I kind of like understood how that network marketing industry, very crazy industry, but I understood how that industry works because of the agency that I was working with. But I couldn't manage my personal client and the agency client, so I had to choose. It's one for the other. Guess what I chose?
It's obvious what you chose. But I'll let you say it.
Yes, actually dropped my clients and I started working for the agency full time.
No way.
Yes, that's what I did. But I left the agency.
You eventually left the agency.
After 3
But at that
months.
time, for you to actually, now it makes sense why you're passionate about when you were speaking about, you understand why people always just go for money and want the money now. I think it makes sense. This comes from a natural place of just how you are as a person,
Yeah.
right? It's not like you're trying to appear. It's just how you're wired. Because for you to say you dropped your personal clients and started working for the agency full time.
Yeah.
That's a big commitment, you
Yeah.
understand? A lot of people will not do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people will even prefer for um to be average just to keep both ends,
Yeah.
just to like grab everything that
Yeah.
can come to them. But for you to do that, it shows that hunger, you know, to better yourself, because
Yes.
that's what you were investing on,
Yes.
right? You wanted to invest in yourself
Yes.
first.
And the agency was giving me more of that investment in myself. And I had someone I was reporting to. So this person could tell me, Blessing, do it like this, do it like that. And I could literally see myself growing more there than with my personal client was just social media management. I'll create content, upload. I wasn't building my career. I wasn't really building myself. So the skills that I was learning while working with my personal clients, there were no skills that I could learn in that. There were no skills that the clients could help me get to anywhere. So the agency was giving me more skills. And I'm like, you know what? I can't be, I have to choose. I can't be one leg here, one leg here. And then I went to the agency and I did it full time. But I didn't stay for long. I left after 3 months. I'm very funny.
Why did you leave eventually after 3 months? Did you feel at the time that you've gotten enough knowledge to go out on your own, or something made you leave the agency?
Yeah, something made me leave the agency. So I'm the kind of person that if I say I want to do this thing, I'll do it with my full heart, my full chest, my blood, my body, my soul, my spirit. And I expect you to come in correct as well. If I say I'm going to give myself, my dedication, my time to you, whether you be my worker, you be my whatever you are to me, if I say I want to focus on this person, I'm going to focus on that, and I'm going to do it to the very last detail. But I do not expect you to treat me bad. And this is why I get a lot of times I have misunderstanding with people. People will be people. Bosses will be bosses. If I say I'm going to do this for you, I just expect you to treat me right. I don't ask for much. Just treat me. Just own up to your own part of the bargain. That's all I ask for. So there were changes. They started making a lot of changes. Started doing a lot of things that didn't make sense anymore to me. And I told myself, if I could get those clients, I know how to do it again. When I was leaving that agency, I didn't leave with anything. Left broke because I didn't even have my clients again. So I was literally starting from scratch. I didn't have anything. My mother was like, Blessing, just manage now. Because then I was taking care of my family as well. So I'm more like a breadwinner in my family. So my mother would be like, Blessing, manage now. I wanted to pass and all of those things. I was like, Mommy, there's more. I know. The way I got those clients, I will get it again. And then I told myself, and then I think there was one day I was coming home. And then I was speaking to the guy that was with me, my friend, we're coming home, and I told him that because then I was very, very committed in church. And I told him that, see how Jacob, I don't even know if it's Jacob, see now I know they go church like that, but whichever one it is. But you see how Jacob went to a land and then he would dig up wells and they will come and shut it down. And he would dig up another wells, they'll come and shut it down. And then he found the land, there was water for him and all of that. So wherever I go, he prospers. I said to him that day that wherever I go, I prosper because I am a fountain of water. Like, you cannot close down a river. It's impossible. Like, when you have a river flowing, there are different seasons of a river. If you notice, you know that there are times that the water is calm. And there are times that it comes with full wave and with full force. I'm like a water. You cannot shut me down. So if you take from me, there is enough. Like, there is plenty, there is abundance. There is, no matter how you take from a river, an ocean, no matter how you cannot exhaust it. So I knew that there was so much more that I can become. There's so much more that I can do. So if I'm living here, it doesn't mean the end of the world for me. Sent in my resignation and I left. Yeah, I left.
What a story! What a story! just just mind blowing.
Thank you.
And it wasn't easy
Mm-hmm.
living,
Yeah,
particularly when you have a family to take care of too.
yeah.
So it must. I know it wasn't like an easy decision for you, but from how you've pretty much just narrated your whole journey, right? I understand that that's not new to you. Like, stepping out into the unknown
Yeah.
is not new to you. You like to challenge yourself. Um, so tell us how that turned out for you when you left the agency. Did you immediately start your own agency?
Nope. I didn't immediately start my agency, but I became a freelancer, right? And this is where I will give credit to whom credit is due, which is God. I was confused. I didn't know where to get my next client. And one day I saw on my Facebook a woman sent me a message request that one of the clients that I had worked with before dropping her had referred her to me. So she came and guess how much she wanted to pay me? $300.
Wow.
Yep. $300, and I worked with her. Like literally $300. Then I think the dollar was about, I forgot how much, maybe like 400 and something or 500 and something. So if you convert it, it was good
Good
money
money.
for me. So I started working with that client, and then because I knew what I was doing before, I started doing that again, and then I started getting more gigs. And then I worked with one Nigerian brand, but Nigerian brands were not really my thing. I told God, like, I think it's September period, I told God that, see, I want to work with foreign clients because I know this is where the money is. These are the people that will pay me. So this is what I want to do. And then he started giving me direction on the things that I wanted to do. So I was strategic on, like, okay, I'm going to approach them, I'm going to get them and all of those things. And then I started getting gigs. I started doing Clubhouse, because if you want to do something for a different audience, you have to be where the audience is, right? Social media was not it for me. I didn't post content on my social media for people to find me. That was not where I was. I was where those people were. Clubhouse. Clubhouse was trending back then as 2021. So I started doing Clubhouse. I started speaking on stages. People would invite me to their stage. I was sharing my knowledge. People started reaching out to me. I started reaching out to people on Clubhouse, and I started getting clients from Clubhouse. I got one client who referred me to another client. That's September to like December period when I was doing my business again. I made like close to $10,000 from working with foreign clients. So the woman referred her mother to me. So I just started doing a lot of work, and the work started becoming overwhelming because I had like 3, 4 clients I was working with at the same time. I would literally sit down and I will work morning to night. Like, I'll wake up in the morning, I carry my laptop, I work morning to night. Where I sit is where my mother will come and give me breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Wow.
Yes, I was a workaholic. The only places I go to was church. That's the only thing I know how to do. So work, church, that's the end. I come back, continue, we press laptop. And then my clients, because time zone were
We're
different,
different.
I have to stay up at night as well. So my mother was always there. Now the daughter is bringing money now, so she has
She
to help me.
support, yeah.
My mother was very, very supportive. So she would give me food there. She was taking care of me and every single thing. So and then all the clients that I was working with, I think there was even a time that I had to like get someone to assist me in doing the job. That was literally at that point. That's when I knew that I have to scale this thing to become an agency. I don't have to run it as a one-man show anymore because the clients started coming in, money started coming in. I was a big girl. Yeah.
That's quite the progression. You didn't just jump into it.
Yeah.
You were obviously prepared, and like you waited. One thing that has been consistent in your story is how you've not jumped the steps, and you've not been in a hurry to
Mm.
get anywhere. You just wanted to grow naturally
Yeah.
and just be better. That need to be better just led you to the next thing. I
Yeah.
think it's that same feel that drove you to the agency. It's not because, oh, of course there is need. Obviously there's need for your services, but you actually got to a point where um, you knew that it was more than you could handle,
Mm-hmm.
and what's the logical next step
Yeah.
is to expand,
It's
right,
to
and
expand.
create
Yeah.
an agency, and that's a very fine progression. So